Practice your listening with Linkin Park.
Okay, welcome everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into the story of Linkin Park. We've got some great material here looking at their whole journey.
Yeah, and our goal, I guess, is to really understand what made that connection, between the band and the fans so strong.
Yeah.
And also how they've handled some major changes along the way.
Absolutely. So let's start at the beginning. What's interesting is how these guys, Mike Shinoda, Chester Bennington, Brad Delson, Joe Hahn, Rog Borden, Dave Farrell, they all came from pretty different musical places.
Right, that's key. They bonded over this idea of, no boundaries, mixing it all up. You even see it in their early names, Zero and then Hybrid Theory.
Hybrid Theory, yeah. Which, of
Yeah.
course, became the name of that massive debut album.
Exactly, and then they landed on Linkin Park.
So Hybrid Theory, 2000, wow. The best-selling debut album of the 21st century, Diamond certified by the RIAA. That's just huge.
Yeah, it really was. And those singles, One Step Closer, Crawling, in the end, they were everywhere.
You couldn't escape them. What do you think it was specifically about that early sound that just clicked with so many people?
Well, I think a big part was how raw it felt. Chester's vocals, combined with Mike's production, that mix of rock, hip-hop, electronic sounds. It was new, but also incredibly relatable.
It tapped into something, yeah. And that wasn't just a one-off. They built on it.
Definitely. 7 more big albums. Meteora, Collision Course, the Jay-Z, 1 Minutes to Midnight, 1,000 Suns.
Living Things, The Hunting Party, One More Light. Each one kind of solidified their unique thing, but they weren't afraid to change either.
No, they really evolved. Think about 1,000 Suns, quite different, more experimental, tackling some heavier concepts. It shows they weren't just repeating a formula.
And the accolades followed. Multiple Grammys, selling over 100 million records, 5 albums hitting #1 on Billboard, just incredible stat.
Undeniable impact.
Then, of course, came 2017 and the devastating loss of Chester. That was just heartbreaking. It really felt like, that might be it for the band.
Absolutely. It was a huge shock and, completely understandable that they needed time. But what's quite remarkable is how those friendships, that core bond, eventually led them back to music.
It wasn't forced, it seems. It grew organically with Emily Armstrong and Colin Britton joining.
Right. Leading to the new album, From Zero, in 2024, and their first shows in 7 years.
And From Zero wasn't some quiet comeback record either. It hit #1 in, 14 countries?
Yeah, massive success straight away. And The Emptiness Machine, arguably the biggest rock song of the year.
Plus, picking up those Billboard Music Awards recently, Top Rock Duo Group, Top Hard Rock Artist, it shows they're still right there, connecting.
And they're out on a huge 2-year world tour for it.
And they just dropped a surprise Dealicock edition too, right? With new songs.
Yeah, 3 new tracks. Up from the Bottom is one. Shows that creative energy is definitely flowing again.
Something else that comes through strongly in the material we looked at is their dedication to playing live, to the fans.
Oh, absolutely central. It wasn't just about performing, it was about connection. Constant touring, meeting people, those massive sing-alongs you hear about.
Mike Shinoda talks about it being a privilege, creating and sharing music.
And Emily Armstrong mentioned that feeling when the crowd is actually louder than the sound system. That tells you something.
Yeah. And Brad Delson thanking the fans, saying they made the band's vision real. It feels like a genuine two-way relationship.
It really does. That connection seems core to their whole identity.
So, looking back, it's this amazing arc. Breaking ground musically, hitting stratospheric success early on, facing unbelievable tragedy, and then finding a way forward, always keeping that fan connection so central.
It's quite a story of resilience and community, really.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does it actually take for any band, or any artist really, to keep that kind of deep global connection going across decades through massive changes?
Yeah, and maybe what the future looks like for artists who really lean into building that kind of community like Linkin Park clearly has.
Yeah.
Something to